It's Wednesday, May 16th. I'm your girl, Shawnee C, back with another episode of Shawnee C TV, baby. Now, in this episode, we're gonna go over a couple shows that was really fucking good and got canceled because motherfuckers don't know how to watch bomb-ass shows. Like, this is why I get irritated, because I be watching everything and don't nobody else be watching that shit. And when they got bad views and their views is really low and shit, they get canceled. And I be so hurt because I be so into them shows. And when a show get canceled, you just left hanging. You don't have answers to none of your questions. It's just, that's it. So the first show we're going to talk about is Twisted. It came on ABC Family, which is now known as Freeform. Twisted was about a teenage boy who was getting home from juvie after being there for 10 years, I think, for being accused. Well, he got arrested. He got convicted. So he was in jail for killing his aunt with a jump rope. Now, I don't believe he really did it after everything that I saw that was going on in the show. But everybody in town thought that he was a freak boy, he was a killer. Didn't nobody really know him besides these two girls who were his best friends when he was little before he got sent to juvie, which is Joe and Lacey. I'm sorry, I don't remember their names from the top of my head. This show was like 2015, so it was a long time ago. It was a minute ago. So, basically, the boy gets home. His name is Danny. Danny gets home, and everyone's like, oh, he's a killer boy. He's psycho. And, one of his old best friends, because none of them are friends anymore, they all went their separate ways, and now that they're in high school, they all hang out with different people. So Lacey, she's the popular girl. I think she's a cheerleader, hangs out with all the cool kids. And then Joe is the little nerdy girl who nobody really hangs out with. So he gets back around, and Danny ends up being cool with Joe again, but they're not friends with Lacey. So Lacey and her new best friend, they have a party, and her new best friend thinks that Danny is cute, so she invites him. And the next day, her maid, because her family is rich, her maid finds her dead in their house, and everyone automatically assumes that Danny did it because there was nothing going on in town before he got home. Later on in the show, they all kind of slowly become friends again and start to reveal a whole bunch of secrets, like how Danny's dad is actually still alive. They believe that his dad died in a yacht accident, but come to find out he's still alive, and he was renting an apartment, and he actually knew the girl from their school who was found dead. So it's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and the way it ended, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, shit was upsetting. I really wish that they would bring that show back just so I can see what's going to happen. Who really killed that girl? And if Danny even really killed his aunt. Because I don't believe he did. From what was going on in the show, I think his father killed his aunt. Because they was revealing some sneaky ass shit in that show. That show was juicy. That's why the hell... That's one of the reasons that show and The Fosters and Pretty Little Liars is the 3 reasons why they switched ABC Family to Freeform, because that shit's not for families. Kids are not supposed to be watching that kind of shit. So, anyway, moving on. The next show is Resurrection. Resurrection came out a couple years ago. It was on ABC. I think that was 2015 as well. So Resurrection is about these people in a small town. It's an old couple who their son had died a long time ago, probably like 20 years ago now. 20, 30 years ago, their son died. Mysteriously, he comes back to life and he wakes up in China. And, you know, they send him back to America because nobody can find where he's supposed to be. They send him to America, to the authorities and everything. And he tells them who his parents are. He shows up at their house, and he's still a little boy. He's still about, like, 8 years old. So everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? This is some devil-like shit. This is some demonic stuff. Everyone's like scared to be around him because they think there's something going on. Come to find out, he isn't the only person who has passed away and come back to life. One of the people in the town, the doctor, her father comes back to life. So that's another person. And then the pastor, his ex-girlfriend, ooh, shit, that scared me. His ex-girlfriend comes back to life. And she was actually pregnant at the time, and her baby is now alive too. So by the end of the show, I think they had about 2 seasons of that. By the end of the show that they had playing, a whole bunch of people came back to life. So the fact where they went to the school and had to put all of these people and start sheltering them in the gym, in the school gym, because they had nowhere to place all of these people. Like, where the fuck are they all coming from? And the show was just so crazy. Like, I never figured out why these people were coming back to life, how they were coming back to life, what was going on. The doctor that I was telling you about, her father, when he came back to life, he committed like 2 crimes. He ended up getting arrested, and then he just vanished. So part of me is like, does he know what's going on and knows how to control it? Or like, what was he really a part of before he even died? And then like, I don't know. It was just so much going on in that show. And when they canceled it, it's just another one of those shows where you're just left with so many fucking questions that will just never get answered at this point, because the show is over and they're not going to bring that shit back. So, show number 3, I have Hit the Floor. Now, yes, I do know that Hit the Floor is coming back this summer, but I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it, because I pulled up the information for it, and even though my girl Tiana Taylor is going to be on it, Asha isn't going to be in it, I don't think, and neither is Yelena. And how are you going to have Hit the Floor without Asha and Yelena? They was the 2 main people. So anyway, Hit the Floor was about a girl named Asha who ended up working for a professional dance team for basketball, called the Daredevils. So the Daredevils, they do the little halftime dance shows during the halftimes during basketball, and the captain is Yelena Howard. Now, Asha and Yelena, they bumped heads the whole time because Yelena, she wants to be in charge of everything. She's like that. She's a bitch. Like, if I say do that, you better fucking do that. Don't try and talk back. Like, everything's my way or the highway. And she met the highway. So her and Asha, you know, they clash heads because Asha was like, well, bitch, I'm good too. Like, if you want something, come get some. So, you know, Asha's mother was Sloane, and Sloane, she ended up working for the Daredevils, being there. I don't remember if she was their manager or like the person who was like technically above the captain. I don't remember what to call her, but she ended up being the person kind of in charge of them. And Sloane didn't, you know, get along with Yelena because Yelena was so bitchy to Asha. Now, before the show cut off for the final, before it got canceled, Yelena had got shot. Come to find out, Sloane shot Yelena. We found out at Asha got married. I don't remember who got married. I'm sorry. I think it was Asha, but I really don't remember who got married. That show was like 3 years ago. But the show ended with us not knowing what the fuck was going to happen because Yelena found out that Sloane shot her. Now, I don't know what Yelena did with that information because the show ended. And it's just fucking so much stuff happened on that show that we just never got answers for. And it really was like, wow, like y'all really just gonna leave us hanging like that with nothing to give? So it was just like, but anyway, going on to show number 4, Conviction. Conviction was good as fuck. Conviction came out 2016, leading into early 2017, and it got canceled after season 1. Like, the fact that this show got canceled just shows that motherfuckers don't know what good TV is. Because Conviction was good as shit. It came on ABC. It was a show about this team of people who would work together and look through cases of people who have appealed their cases, you know, who are locked up, and they would go over everything, and if they were innocent, they would try to get them out of prison. That show was really good. Like, a lot of these people who were locked up, come to find out, they really were innocent. People who have been locked up for years ended up being innocent, and, you know, this team helped to get them out. The person in charge of the team, her name was Hayes Morrison. She was the daughter of a former president. I think it was a president or a governor. Yeah, she was the daughter of a former president, and her she had like a bad reputation because she was always getting in trouble. I know when the show first started, it started off with her getting caught with drugs and stuff, and that's how she ended up getting blackmailed into being part of the team, because it was either we tell the public that you got caught with drugs again, or you go ahead and you work with this team and do what you gotta do. She didn't like working with other people. She wanted to do shit on her own, but she had to deal with it. So, in the show, she ends up working, the guy who actually blackmailed her was Connor Wallace, and he was the DA, I think. He was the DA. And, they had a little thing going on. Like, at the end, I was like, y'all need to just fucking get it over with. Like, but after season 1, though, after only 1 season, that show got canceled. That is ridiculous. Like, people really need to start watching some better shows besides fucking Love of Hip Hop. Love of Hip Hop got 4 different seasons. So, I mean, 4 different locations, so many different seasons. Like, can y'all watch some other shit besides Love and Hip Hop and these fucking reality shows? Because these other shows be so much better, and y'all be giving y'all views to shows that really ain't even all that. Anyway, moving on. Show number 5, and this is the last show, The Catch. Catch is another show that came on ABC. ABC has so many good shows. Like, I love ABC. But anyway, so The Catch is about a lady named Alice Vaughn. She runs her own private investigation firm, and she's dating this guy named Benjamin. So one day she goes, she checks her accounts. Well, I don't remember exactly how it went down, but all you know is one day she fucking wakes up and the company money is basically gone, and all of the, she was a private investigator for really high-end clients, like really expensive people, like rich people. So the Benjamin, he actually got the information for those people, and he's robbed all of them. He stole all of their money. He was a con artist. Took all of her money, took her clients' money. Like, after that happens, you're not going to get no more clients because people do not trust you at that point. You're a private investigator, and you just got your clients' money taken. Like, so she ended up spending all of her time hunting his ass down. Come to find out, he was working for this, like, British mob. I don't really want to call them a mob. Like, a con artist, like, group, like, the family. Like, okay, I'm going to call them a con artist family. He was supposedly, you know, with the lady Margot, who worked with the con artist family. Now, Margot found out how much Benjamin really had feelings for Alice because he felt bad that he stole from her. I mean, he got with her with the plan, but he ended up really catching feelings for her. So he ended up going back and, like, slowly, like, but surely, like, popping back up into her life. Later on, they do end up getting back together. He ends up going to jail for her and serving some time. But in season 2, he gets out because they need him to help track down someone. Season 2, he ends up working with Margot's brother, who is Reese. Now, Reese and Margot no longer get along because Margot is the leader of the family now, and Reese is like, well, it should have been me. So Reese is now working with Benjamin, low-key with the FBI, trying to hunt down, you know, criminals and shit around LA. And the show gets really good. Like, Margot ends up catching feelings for one of the guys that work for Alice. And Margot and Benjamin find out that they have a daughter together. So much stuff happens in that show. Benjamin even becomes a felon. Some shit goes down, and he ends up getting in trouble, and he has to, like, basically either go to jail or escape. And Ellis helps him get on a jet and escape and everything. And that was the end of it. I was, you know, hoping for a season 3 after that. But then that's when fucking ABC came in with their notice that they're canceling hella shows. The same time Conviction got canceled. Like, what is going on? Why would y'all do this? But those are 5 good ass shows that got canceled that I got hella questions for. Like, I just hope one day I get my questions answered. Like, honestly, that's all I'm saying. But y'all should all go check the shows out. Even though they've been canceled, they've been really bomb ass shows. Hit the Floor, like I said, is coming back this year. I'm going to try to check it out, but I don't think Asha or Yelena is going to be in it, so it's going to be like, eh. But I'm going to still give it a try. But anyway, check them 5 shows out. If there's any shows out there that y'all really like that got canceled or anything like that, go ahead and leave them in my comments or anything like that, and I'm going to go check them out for y'all. But, alright, bye, y'all.